This is an update video, probably the first real update since I bought the w800. If you watched the previous video, I bought this a couple of months ago. It was stock apart from the front mudguard and a set of Triumph saddlebags with a little rack on the back, sort of on a homemade bracket system. It is now completely different. Sort of try and go through the list as I sort of chronological order of doing the mods. The first real thing I did was order the exhaust from Japan. It's a Beat Nazit Trad V. What that means is it's got titanium headers, stainless steel mufflers that use the factory heat guards off the factory exhaust, because I like the look of the factory exhaust. I like the sort of classic look of it. I just didn't like how it sounded, and the quality of the welds was crap. This is a lot higher flowing, it sounds great, and I love the look of the blue on the headers. It's not everyone's thing, but it's my bike and it's my thing, so it's on my bike. When I bought that, come with a center stand little adapter, sort of a bracket there that's to stop the center stand hitting the exhaust. It's very high quality, like the Japanese think of everything, comes with everything. It was packed perfect. I just love it. Don't think the stand exhaust is ever going back on this bike. Next thing I did was put this small oil temperature gauge on. Doesn't have any wiring or anything, just sits where your oil cap normally goes. Just picks up the oil, it flicks up onto it. A little mechanical gauge. I like what's going on with the motors and pretty much everything I own. And since this is not water cooled, there's no temperature gauge, so you can sort of monitor the temperature via that, especially if you're sitting at traffic lights or something for too long. The next thing I did was put a tuner on the bike. It sits underneath the seat. I'll show you that in a sec. I've got another video on that. It put that on for the exhaust and the filters, which I put on next. The K&N filters, which you can probably just see in there behind the covers. That replaced the whole factory airbox. Pulled that out, put the two filters on, and a little breather in there as well for the oil. Sounds so much better. The induction noise is great. The tuner took care of the differences in mixtures. And I tuned it with a wideband setup, which I mounted up on the gauges here temporarily. That ran into the exhaust, which ran off the factory O2 port, which I've got blocked off now, which come with the tuner. That's the connector plug where the loom goes for the factory O2 sensor. That's now gone with the tuner. Now what do I do next? I probably did the left hand side injection cover. Just one off eBay. The factory one is a little tiny little plate that doesn't really cover anything. I don't know why they even bothered. They should have put something like this side on, but they didn't, so I bought an aftermarket one. Next would be the number plate. Factory number plate was white background with maroon writing. Just looked out of place on a sort of old looking bike, so I went with the black one. It was cheap. It's not really a personalised combination, but it just makes the bike look a little bit older, which is what I was sort of chasing. Next I bought the seat, which is a Kawasaki OEM part, the solo seat I think they call it. Sort of a more cafe racer look. Excellent quality, being an OEM part. Just clips on like the normal seat, clips off like the normal seat, easy to change. I can throw my other double seat back on in 2 seconds. At the same time I ordered new bars, drag bars, a little bit thinner than the factory bars, but The bar end mirrors make up for that. Really small, but you can see a hell of a lot in them when you're riding the bike. It really surprised me how much you can see with them. And they don't seem to vibrate as much as the factory mirrors, which are up nice and high. With all that other stuff, I also ordered a braided front brake line. It wasn't really the first pick. It was either spend $50 on a part to get free shipping or pay $102 shipping. So I went with the $50 braided brake line. See, it's like a smoke sort of colour, so it doesn't really stand out as a braided line. Also put a speedo healer on the bike so I can play around with the gearing. That's under the seat. Speedo healer just plugs into the factory loom behind that cover there. You can see the tuner there as well, very simple. Also got a battery tender hookup. When I bought my battery tender, it come with 3 or 4 different connections. So got one on the car, one on this bike, and one on my KLR 650. So if I want to put this on the battery charger, I can. Everything hides under the seat nicely. The other thing I've got, not really part of the bike, but a little keyring. So yes, maintenance wise, I've done an oil change and filter change. I checked the valve clearances. That's about it really. Just nice bike to ride. The position it's in, well, the seating position now, you can ride it upright nicely, the seat's still comfortable, or you can sort of slide your bum back to the end of the seat there and lean forward, sort of cafe racer style look if you want. Not much else I'd really do to this bike. Maybe fiddle with the gearing a little bit, see what it's like on the highway with a bigger front sprocket. See, now I've uncorked it with the exhaust and filters. It's really punchy in the mid-range. I suggest if anyone's got one, you do the exhaust and the tuner mod. Just transforms the bike. So yeah, that's about it really. I just hope to put a few more kilometres on it.